This is what's trending now on the Lady and the Dawn podcast.
Now, Lamar, you have children. I have children. And a lot of people out there have children. And we've all gone through what parents gone through when the child will not go to sleep. Now, we have done things to make children go to sleep. Like I remember I used to put a little extra cereal in the bottle, and then feed the bottle. It's to get the baby to go to bed, because the parent need to sleep. And that's what you're trying to get, because these babies will wake up at all different times of the night. But this mother right here has taken this a little bit too far. And this lady has, because her child would not go to sleep, what she did was she took heroin and rubbed it on her child's gums, and this killed the child. And we're going to get into this story right now.
Nelligan's 1-year-old daughter Jordan died last year on October 19th from what the medical examiner calls acute fentanyl intoxication. The ME also ruled the fentanyl had to have been directly ingested. That's according to court documents released after Nelligan's initial appearance this afternoon. Also in these documents, Jordan's father detailing to police how Nelligan routinely rubs the residue of their leftover dope on the inside of their daughter's gums to help her sleep.
How is she out on bail, and how is she not charged with murder would be the questions that I really have to ask. No, not just the fact that you've done it to your other children, right? You killed this child. This child is dead now because of your actions. You should be charged with murder. That's my opinion on it. What do you think?
First of all, I get the fact that, she may be tired. It's heroin. I mean, all the stuff that goes into it, and I think they mentioned it in the article later on, something called fentanyl intoxication. This is a dangerous thing. This is not just heroin and, heroin. There's stuff in it. And I don't know if she's not, first of all, educated what goes in it and how dangerous this is. This is a 1-year-old child. It's a tiny human. It's I don't know, this big. I can see. This is a tiny little human. Rubbing such a substance on a body that has never probably seen antibiotics. Maybe it's been once or twice to antibiotics. Nothing, this body wasn't ready for this. And to do that to your child, no, that's just awful. And for her to be released on bail, I mean, no, this woman, I cannot even fathom how she can be walking the streets. It's beyond me.
There's no way she should be out right now. And as for her not knowing what's going on in this heroin, obviously if she's done this to her other children, she's a heroin addict, right? You don't just run across heroin. You don't just go to the drugstore and say, "Hey, Mr. Drugstore man, can I have some heroin there?" You have a dealer. And if you have a dealer and you know someone who has this amount because you've been dealing with this your other 2 children, most likely you're a heroin addict yourself, right? So you know what it does to you, a grown-ass woman, and the reason why you do it, to take this and put it on the gums of a 1-year-old child is one of the most disgusting things I have ever heard of a parent doing to their child. That you're so lucky that you got away with it with your other children and nothing bad happened to them. But I would have to say it was bound to happen. I mean, there's only so many times you can do things before it catches up with you. And unfortunately, it took this baby's life. How she is not arrested, I don't know if it would be murder too, or homicide, or manslaughter, or something like this. And that is not a charge, is beyond me. And I would really like to speak to the prosecutors of this case and figure out exactly why this woman is not charged with some type of murder or something. I wouldn't say it's not really premeditated murder, more of a manslaughter type situation. But why is she not charged with that? She is only charged with endangering the welfare of a child. Well, there's no welfare of the child. You didn't just endanger the welfare of this child.
The child is dead. Yeah, it's just when I read this article, it didn't say what happened to other children or what is her the conditions of her being released on bail or however they said it. And then it says I think she's back in court sometime in November. I think mid-November. No, like who? Just the idea that the guilt. I wonder what this person is thinking. Like, does she even want to be out? her child is dead. She did something. Her child is dead. I cannot just, as a mother, it's just beyond me. And thinking about the stuff that I guess, 100 years ago or whatever number of years ago, they used to put crazy stuff in medicine. The little drop, bottles of, will make your kid not cry. There was stuff, and I think there was cocaine and stuff, but there was different, maybe different quality of things. And obviously that was wrong to do that, for them to do that. But just because people were doing stuff like that 100 or so years ago doesn't mean that it's right now. It didn't get any better. It got worse. The quality of the stuff that's made right now illegally, that's just one of the scariest things you can take. I mean, you take this pill, whatever form it has, because it can be in different forms. It can be liquid and other forms of it, powder, capsules, tablets, whatever. You don't know what's in it. It's not like you go to a pharmacist and, may I have this thing? It's been checked. No, you take this thing. You don't know who made it. You don't know how clean clean this thing is, and you give it to your baby. That's just awful. No.
100%. It's awful. It's disgusting. When you're young, I was young, not that young, but when I was younger, and my dad would have his friends come over and they'd be drinking in the living room. And, you're a little kid, you come out there, you stumble out, like 7 or 6 around there. You stumble out there, you want to be around your dad, and they're drinking the beer, and you try to grab it, and your dad's like, no, and his friends like, go ahead and give that little man a little taste of that beer. A little good taste of that beer. You taste it, it's disgusting, you spit it out and stuff, and they all laugh at you. To me, that's like, it's like a rite of passage for a man. Every little kid goes through that, This is totally different.
No.
Right. This is not that. This is way beyond. This is a 1-year-old that you wouldn't go, because it wouldn't go to bed for whatever reason, and you decided, hey, I'm going to put some heroin on this child's gum. I'm going to rub it in the gums, very sensitive spot of the body, right? So it can be absorbed
under the tongue.
So that's why you did it, so it could be absorbed into their body as fast as possible, and put it in there and knock this baby out, and you knock the baby out forever. And it's just disgusting to me. I think this woman should be charged with more. She's being charged with. I don't know how. Whoever is the prosecutor and the district attorney in this, I would vote them from out of office if they did not charge this person with more. If I lived in Maine, and the people of Maine need to get out there and protest and say, listen, if you're not going to charge this lady with more than what you charged her with, we're going to vote you out of office, because that's the way you solve the problem.
Yeah.